Greetings. My name is Dr. Waddell Brooks, Sr., your host, and this is Community Forum. Ladies and gentlemen, we have an outstanding program this evening. We have a young entrepreneur that's going to be our guest, and we have Yashin. After all that practice. Yashin Phillips, owner of Inchworm Entertainment. Good evening, Yashin.
There you go, Dr. Brooks. There you go. There you go.
We're very happy that you have taken literally your time from your busy schedule to be with us. I understand you have an important meeting after the show that you have to attend. So we're going to try to get you there on time.
Sounds good.
I want you to tell our listening audience a little bit about your personal and professional background. Who is Yashin?
Okay. Well, first, thank you for having me. Thank you for allowing me to be here. So my name is Yashin.
Okay.
Owner of Inchworm Entertainment, as you stated. And Inchworm Entertainment is my entertainment company. I started it last year, and it's where I focus on the things that I enjoy, interviews, interactive events, short film, anything pertaining to media. If I create my own talk shows, all of that will fall or has fallen under or within the entertainment company. I graduated from Northeastern Illinois University with my bachelor's degree in communications, media, and theater. So I wanted to utilize something and utilize that degree to do something of my own. I did a couple of internships, but I wanted to do something that was my way, the things that I enjoyed. I didn't want to shake any hands and move my way up. I wanted to create my own thing. So here I am today.
What about in high school? Did you have any idea that you would be going into this field?
I didn't have any idea, but I was interested in this. I've always enjoyed learning about people. I love talking to people. I love talk shows. I grew up watching Ricky Lake and Montel Williams and Oprah, of course. All of those talk shows, and I loved getting people together. I love having huge birthday parties and the family gets together, and I love movies. I'm a huge Spike Lee fan. All of that sort of came together during my high school years. So, and it brought me to where I am now. So I didn't have an idea about it. I just, I had no idea I was going to be here.
Well, what about preparation in high school?
Preparation in high school?
For, especially for the career that you're in.
Preparation. In high school, I took one television class. It was one little television class. It had old TVs in it. But I graduated from Zion Benton Township High School. Shout out to everybody at Zion Benton. Hello, 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 hello. Within the school, though, I was in a program called the Technology Academy.
Oh, yes.
So the Technology Academy is they call it a school within a school. Back then, that's what they called it. And it was when they were integrating technology within the schools. Like nowadays, it's not a big deal to have a laptop or, all of those electronics and things in class. But back then, it was a big deal. It was a big deal. So they had this school within a school where it was about 30 or 40 students, and we were together the whole 4 years of high school. And we had laptops, and we learned how to use different programs, and it was just the integrating of technology with the school, and we stayed together, we learned different things, and here I am today again.
Your goals and objectives when you left high school?
My goals?
Yeah.
I always knew that I would be doing something special or different. I always knew that, but my goal was to be successful. When you're coming out of high school and even college, you really don't know a lot of people really don't know what they want to do.
Right.
You have an idea. I mean, I wanted to be a teacher, and then I wanted to be a doctor, and then I wanted to be.
Okay.
I had a good set of family members who said, you know, you can do anything. So with that, it was just like, okay, if I can do anything, I can do anything. I really took it seriously. But my goals back then were to just be successful, and I didn't really know what that meant up until I went to college, and I took a few internships, and I was taking video production classes and all of that. So then it started to shift. Okay, this is what I want to do. I'm sort of liking this here, so here I am.
So family life played a great part in your life then?
Family is very important. Family is very, very, very important to me. There's no way I would be who I am today, or doing what I'm doing right now if it wasn't for them. I have the best support system. I have the best group of friends and family. Just the life lessons that they taught me. My father taught me to be observant. You know, watch people, watch how they live their lives. Look at the people who are successful. Look at the people who aren't, and sort of use that as a guide to live in your life. And my grandmother really taught me about history, the culture. Okay, you know, you're a African American woman. This is what I experienced growing up during segregation, and seeing her mother, and she really instilled the importance of being proud of where I came from. My stepfather is a hard worker. I mean, if he can't do anything else, he can work. He will get up and work. My auntie Gina, and the rest of the women in my family, they're just strong women. They're very strong.
Well, everyone that knows Gina Briscoe.
Yes, why Gina Briscoe. Yes, once you meet her, you won't forget her. But she is a strong woman. She's very successful. She does things that's heavily like positive in the community, and people know her. She has this personality that grasps you know. And then my mom taught me to just always be myself. You know, and that's important. So those are the things that I try to live by. I try to make sure that I keep all of those things with me as I move forward with the business, and just me being a woman.
Boy, it sounds like you were born to be a hero.
Yeah, look. Ooh, I like that. Maybe.
Yeah, from your background, you know, you mentioned Gina, your aunt. She worked for a certain company where she traveled all over the world.
Exactly.
It's exciting, you know.
It's very exciting, and because of that, this is why I enjoy, you know, being around different cultures, and this is what Interim Entertainment is about, bringing people together from various backgrounds, from different communities, you know, just sharing stories with interviews, the events, talk shows, whatever I create. I want people to get a good understanding of one another. I
might as well mention to the audience that I first met you. You were the director of Gina's retirement party.
Yes.
Was that retirement?
No.
Was that the 60th?
It was her 60th sexy, sassy birthday party.
And boy, I saw you then, and I say, wow, I'm going to have to let Lake County know.
Oh, thank you.
You know who you were. You're very, very inspirational, and that's part of your personality, right? Inspirational.
Thank you. I try. A good thing about, you know, coming out and doing this, other opportunities presented themselves, such as the hosting of the parties. I had no idea I'd be hosting parties. I never thought about it. It was never a thing. But
you probably didn't volunteer for it. Someone volunteered you to do it?
Yes, she did. she did. But I'm anything my family needs or wants me to do, I'm there, because they help me become who I am. So
now Lake County has a chance to learn about you. Not only Lake County, but this program will go online, and you will be known all over the world.
Oh.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, if I can get a plug in, drbrooks.tv.
Okay, there's the plug.
Well, tell me, in addition to family influence in your life, what about church influence in your life?
Church influence in my life. I grew up in the church. I grew up in the Baptist church. God is with me. I believe that I wouldn't be able to do anything if it wasn't for God.
Right.
Do I sin? Yes. I'm not perfect.
Yeah, he without sin cast the first stone.
Yes, yes, I do sin. I am not a preacher. I'm not trying to be that.
Okay.
I'm still a human, but God definitely is a part of what I do, and I pray before I do something, anything. I prayed before the interview today. I prayed before I try something new or different. Anything that is pertaining to whatever it is I do, I carry God in my heart.
And you have to remember that God's grace.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
there's a hit a song I listen to about every day about God's grace.
Yeah.
You know, and I carry that with me all the time in my heart, you know. This is fantastic. And you also mentioned about the role models that you admire. You mentioned the women role models. And there were some men too you mentioned too.
Oh, yeah, of course. I mean, my first role models have been just the women in my family, of course. And of course my parents, my father, my stepdad, but the women in my family are strong in their own right. My grandmother, I just see so much strength when I look at them. They're my role models. I think that their strength, it cultivated me. It brought me to who it made me who I am.
Okay.
Definitely. And also outside of my family, Oprah, of course, you know.
Okay.
Hi, Oprah.
Oh, yes.
I want to follow in her. I mean, that's my ultimate role model. I like what she stands for. I like what she does. I love how she has just captured the world, and she is a boss. She is doing it, and I'm sure she has her own challenges and things and that she goes through, but just the idea that she was able to do this as a black woman, and be successful and respected. That's it. That's it for me. Those are my role models.
And maybe she will influence you like she did Gail King.
Yeah, Gail. Her friend Gail.
Yeah, has on show now. You know, doing a great job.
Yes.
And also you mentioned black females, but how about Dr. Phil?
Yeah, Dr. Phil. Well,
she's made him a multi-millionaire.
Yes. Well, and then that's essentially what I wanted to do with bringing cultures together. I mean, she's provided so many outlets to different people, talented people.
Okay.
And that's what I wanted. That's what I want to do as well. I mean, since I've started this, I have met so many talented people, and I'm working on getting this platform where I can just push them out there because they're all waiting and ready, and there's a reason for it. Just artists, musicians, comedians, actors, actresses, so many talented people in Lake County that people need to hear, that they don't know and need to hear.
Since you mentioned Lake County, Oprah has been in North Chicago twice.
Really?
Yeah, she came to visit at Daisy's Resource and Development Center.
Yes.
You remember?
Yes,
and she had Daisy on her show.
Yes.
Where she presented her a check for $100,000.
Bless her heart.
Right on the show, you know?
Yes,
and she came to visit the girls at the center to give them a lecture and how they could become Oprahs too.
Yes.
So who knows? You may...
I hope so. I hope so. Keep praying for me. Everybody pray for me out there. Pray for me. I'm trying to make it.
And this was involuntary, you know, so you never know.
Yeah.
She may reach down to inchworm.
I hope so. I'm ready. I'm ready and waiting.
By the way, tell us the background of Inchworm Entertainment.
So the background is I touched on it a little bit earlier, you know, the interviews, the events, the interactive events. So interviews, I'll start with that.
Okay.
Well, no, I'll actually start with how the name came to be. Inchworm.
Right.
Let's start with that.
Right. I know the audience is anxious to hear
like,
that.
what is this? What is this girl with these glitter lips and green, and what's going on here?
And we have to learn about the green, too.
Yes, you got to learn about the green. So I'll start with that. So inchworm is a nickname that my great-grandmother gave me. The first interview that we had on the radio, it was, I said she was 94. I made a mistake. She lived till she was 93.
Okay.
And bless her heart, she just had a beautiful spirit.
Okay.
And she was really funny, and she had her right mind, and she was actually in really good shape.
Okay.
But she had to kick her legs. She had to do some workouts.
Okay.
Just to keep her going. And I would be over there helping her out, kicking her legs, and I'm like, okay, kick your legs, kick your legs, kick your legs.
Okay.
And then, Dr. Brooks, do you know what twerking is? Have you heard of twerking?
Oh, that's I cannot define it.
Here on the community forum, we're discussing twerking with Dr. Wydell Brooks. Well,
No,
Dr.
that
Brooks,
twerking was that. Did I see that with Serena Williams that she did twerking?
yeah, yes.
Oh, see,
look, you on point. You know what you're talking about, Dr. Brooks. Okay, so I was twerking.
Okay.
In front of with my great-grandmother as she was doing her workouts. And she says every time I do it, I look like an inchworm.
Oh.
So inchworms they're called geometrids, I think what they are. But they're worms, and they have legs in the front of their bodies and legs in the back. Nothing here in the torso. So they walk like this.
Okay.
They walk kind of funny. So as I'm dancing, and I guess it reminded her of an inchworm. I had no idea what it was until she passed away, and I just so happened to Google it and look at it, and I'm like, oh my goodness.
Okay.
What is this? What is this? So I see how she made the connection, and one day I was frustrated at work. I do still work. I was frustrated, and I was just like, you know what, Mom? I was on the phone with my mom. I was like, I cannot do this. I need to start something on my own. I need to start my own business. What can I do? I mean, I need to do something with what I love. Yeah. And I told her I was going to start a company that was called Inchworm Entertainment. And as soon as I said that, an actual inchworm came and started walking in front of me. And I had never seen one before. And that was a sign. I believe in sign. You know, I had never seen one, and it was green, a bright green. And there it was, and I was like, okay, I got to do it. Okay. But the green color came from the inchworms. Inchworms are green for the most part.
Okay.
My favorite color is blue, though.
Okay. But you can't forget where you started from.
I can't forget where I started, and I wanted the company to be something that was just honest and just authentic and real and true. So I decided to stick with that name. Yeah.
That's fantastic.
So that's where it came from.
So your real name.
My real name. Dr. Brooks, say my real name. You remember, I got to put you on the test here.
Your nation.
Close. Very close. Very close. It's
Yashin.
Yashin. It's okay. Yashin, yeah. It's
just
Yashin.
Like nation, right?
Just like nation, it's Yashin. Yes. So Yashin, there's a Chinese story of Cinderella. Cinderella's name is Yashin. In that Chinese story, instead of the fairy godmother, she had a fish. Okay. That she went and gave her the powers to go to the story of Cinderella. But that's where it came from, and it's spelled in the book. It's spelled Y-E-H-S-H-E-N. But my name is spelled, my dad was like, I don't like the spelling, you know. Okay. So I'll switch it up. So he changed it to Y-A-S-H-I-N. But that's where it came from, the Chinese story of Cinderella. It's kind of difficult having a difficult name, or a different name, not a difficult name, a different name. But I love it. I hated it when I was a kid, but I appreciate it now because it's different.
We'd be surprised at the people that recognized inchworm when I mentioned it. You know,
Really?
So it is out there.
Okay, I'm trying. I'm trying. Look, I made it on Community Forum. I was on the Steve Harvey Show. That was a lot of fun.
Oh, okay.
I was on the Steve Harvey Show. Look at me bragging. I'm with all the top big dogs. Steve Harvey, Dr. Wydell Brooks.
Well, I don't know about Wydell Brooks, though, but the show is all over the world, though. You know? Okay.
Yes,
now, you have started this. Tell us about some of the challenges that you had when you started the company.
The first initial challenge was just jumping into it. I had fear, you know, even starting it. I was afraid. I didn't know what people would think. I didn't know what to do or how I was going to go about it. That was the first challenge.
Okay.
And once I got into it, now it's been just balancing everything. There's a lot of different parts to this, and I'm doing it alone. For the most part, I do have a couple people who help me. Shout out to Stephen Kwasinski. I met him in that class at the Technology Academy at Zion Benton High School, as well as my sister as a heavy has helped me as well. But the challenges has just been getting everything organized and getting it to where I need it to be. And I don't think it'll ever. I don't think it'll ever come to a point where I will ever think that anything is done. But it's just getting the business side together as well as making sure I'm still entertaining and just balancing the two. Right now, I have been focusing on getting learning the technical side of things. My partner, Steven, he was doing, when I first started, he was doing most of the technical things, editing and all of that. But I said, if this is going to be mine, you know, I need to learn how to do it all. So the challenges have just been balancing that and then actually putting things out there and making sure that it's presented in a way that people enjoy or that I like, and it's just balancing everything. But I guess that comes along with life in anything you do, you know, balancing kids, if you have whatever, a job, 2 jobs, school. So
yes, I was thinking of you mentioned about all the support that you have from family and friends and the schoolmates that you have. I was thinking about financing, and of course the knowledge. You have the expert knowledge of what you're doing, location, the resources, and this type of thing.
Aside from that, so I mean, there are challenges that I do face with that as well. But the good thing about that is I work with the Small Business Development Center, the Women's Business Development Center. You just don't know how many opportunities or things that are at your disposal that you just don't know about until you sort of get out there and ask questions. So to help me with those things, I have those departments or those people who are working with those programs helping me, along with just my experience working in the customer service field, also working in the financial field as well. I worked at a bank, so I got to learn about how people handle their money, how to handle money, how to save, what to invest in, what to do, what not to do. Everything that I experience or that I go through, I try to pull an experience from it. And something that will eventually help me in the future. I like to take little things with me.
This is fantastic, because you remind me so much of my wife, how she got started, you know, and she's in the field that she's in. She's a nurse and a technologist and dealing with people and all those things. Let's go back to high school. While students are in high school, the small jobs that they have, you know, going from job to job, the experiences that they accumulate from that will pay off in the end.
Definitely.
What I'm doing now, I hadn't even dreamed about
Right.
in high school.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. It definitely helped a lot. Working in, I mean, when you're in it, you're not thinking about it. But my advice to students or kids out there who are working those, even if you're working at a movie theater, try to draw some sort of experience from it. I don't care if you're working at the store, at Walmart, whatever. Try to draw something. You meet so many different people. I used to hear so many different stories. I worked, my first job was working at Walgreens.
Okay.
In the cosmetic department.
Okay.
I walked in there and got the job, and you know, I learned so much. And then once you start asking questions, you never know what other opportunities come along with that. My managers introduced me to different things, and you know, they talked about 401ks and all that. You know, you don't know. And I just try to take my experiences with whatever it is I learn.
I want to enlarge upon that because there's so many high school students now. Maybe they may below some of the jobs that they're working on. They may be a carpenter. It could whatever it be, but try to be the best you can.
Be the best
in whatever you do.
Yeah. Be the best. I always talk about on Facebook or whatever, I always talk about being the exception. I call myself the black female exception because I'm proud of where I came from. I'm proud to be black.
Okay.
I'm proud.
Well, that's one thing you can't do anything about.
It's one thing I can't change, man. And I know people try to change it, but I'm proud of my culture. I'm proud of where I come from, and I'm proud to be a woman. I'm proud. I like being who I am, and then being the exception. So being the exception is not allowing yourself to go along with what people's expectations are of you. You know, like you were saying, going and being the best. Be the best that you can be. You know, if somebody thinks, every time I meet someone and they think that I'm going to be a certain way, I'm like, no, it doesn't. It never turns out that way. Or even being the exception to your own rules. You go by, you do what you want to do. You do something positive. Do something that is different. You don't have to follow the crowd. Be the exception. You don't have to have a bunch of kids. You don't have to just follow in your parents' footsteps, or do what you want to do, and do something that will impact the world and change the world. Be the exception.
What I'm hearing, and I'm sure our listening audience caught it too, you have to have a passion for what you're doing, right?
You do. You do.
And I mean, no matter what field that you're in, you gotta have a passion for it.
You gotta have a passion, and take time to figure out what that passion is. It took me. I'll be 30 next week.
Wow. I thought you were about 17.
No, I'll be 30 next week. I'll be 30. I know you keep asking me about high school.
Right. You got it.
Yeah, no, I'll be 30 next week.
Wow.
And it just took me till last year to really say, okay, I'm going to do this. This is what I'm passionate about, and I'm going to go after it.
Okay.
And thank God I have just a great support system. My sister, I even took a chance, take a risk. That's another thing that I would tell kids or people. Sometimes you have to sacrifice some things. I cut my hours at work so that I can spend time learning how to edit, learning more about the business, learning what to do, how I want this company to roll, and how I want it to be presented to the world. I took time out to do that, and you will go through that. I mean, it's just a part of the process. But yes, for sure.
And you mentioned about work. You working full-time, part-time?
I work part-time.
Part-time.
I'm working part-time.
So the bills have to be paid.
They got to be paid. They got to be paid. But I'm working on getting my own, and I've been editing videos for small businesses right now, and that's been booming. I've been getting paid for that, so that's a blessing. I'm happy with just me sacrificing that time and using it to create something, and being a blessing to someone else, because those business videos, those promotional videos I'm doing, that's drawing in customers, and it's all connected. So I'm happy about it.
I'm really excited about being in a position where I can expose talents like yours. It was no accident that that I saw you hosting, you know, the birthday celebration, you know, and so and we had several others that had been on the program, that are doing well, you know. But I would say this though: how do you market Inchworm Entertainment?
Good question. I market right now. I've been marketing Inchworm Entertainment through social media. Follow me on Facebook, Inchworm Entertainment on Facebook, and on Instagram, Inchworm _ENT on Instagram, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I've been using social media a lot. Aside from that, I go to a lot of events. I go out and I really do the footwork and support people, and just meeting people, interacting with people, networking. That's really how I've been marketing it right now. Right now I'm just creating just a fan base here, so then I could 2018 is going to be a really good year. I have a lot of things planned.
So actually, the work that you're doing really becomes a lifestyle.
Yeah,
right?
It definitely has. It definitely has, and I'm blessed. I'm blessed to be recognized for doing something that I love and that I'm passionate about. If I go out, they're like, I want an interview. Let me get an interview. Let me get an interview. Let's do this. Let's shoot a video. I'm working, and I'm happy about it. And there's nothing else I can't do anything else. And once you find your passion, you'll know that feeling. You know, it's just nothing else will fit.
Now, are there other opportunities for other youths that may want to get into the field?
Yes, with Inchworm Entertainment, or just in general?
Well, in general, because Inchworm Entertainment is yours.
Right.
That's your vision.
Right.
But what about others that may
want to get into media?
Right.
I would recommend using social media as a good start. Putting up, if you want to get into the entertainment field, putting up YouTube videos, even if it's for 10 seconds, you put up a video about yourself, or if you want to interview somebody, just doing it. You have to do it. Whatever it is, if that idea, that little inkling is telling you to do something, follow your gut, go ahead and do it. And then before you know it, things will just start to fall into place. You know, you'll be interviewing someone, and then someone might come up, oh, what are you doing? Oh, well, this is what I do. Just finding any opportunity, anything that presents itself where you can just go after it. And then you build your fan base that way, going on YouTube, sending videos, or whatever it is you want to do. If you want to produce, if you want to write, sit down and write, or take 30 minutes a day and just focus on that one thing. I recommend starting off small with whatever it is you do. So like that 10-second video or things, writing for 30 minutes a day.
Yeah. Is there a typical day for Yashin Phillips?
Dr. Brooks.
Practice. Remember the basketball player, practice.
Yeah. Practice. What is a typical day? Well, I do work part-time. So when I'm not working, I am focusing on editing, and right now I'm actually preparing for next year. Next year, I want to really push, and I want people to understand what it is I'm doing. So I'm really grateful for this opportunity. I want them to know that I'm just not a little pretty girl with the running around, you know, crazy. I'm actually building a company, and I want this to be something that is just really is successful, and I have a bunch of things going on next year. More interviews. I'll be creating shows. My Battle of the Sexes adult game show is coming back. It's going to be a lot of fun. That's where I have men and women. They come and compete against one another, playing a series of different games.
Okay.
So it was a lot of fun. I had my first one in April, and it'll be rolling around again next year. And that will be like a launch of what Inchworm Entertainment is. I'll have everything together, and I'm just really excited about it. I'm really excited.
What you're doing is not a 9-to-5 job, right?
Yes, it's not. It's not a 9-to-5. It's me every day. I have to be organized, and I'm working on that because there's so much to do. It's a typical day. I didn't even answer the question, really. A typical day would be me waking up, probably working out. After that, I'm going to the computer.
Okay.
And I am editing a video. I'll find a video to edit, or I'm preparing for next year, getting contacts down for interviews, preparing for the next show. This next Battle of the Sexes game show will be really, it's going to impact the community in a way, the Black community heavily, because I want to talk about the things that are going on. I want to help the Black community. It's something I feel strongly about. I think that all of us can be successful. I want to bring us together. I'm going to be, right now, I'm shooting a web series with an amazing poet and author. Her name is Tanisha. And right now I've just been shooting, so I've been writing the storyboards for that. So a typical day is pretty much all over the place. But it's all just in preparation for what's to come. So editing, interviewing, talking to people, networking, that's a typical day for me. And then I go to sleep.
Now, you do have time to sleep.
I do have time to sleep. Yes, sir.
You know, tell us about, you've been out in the field for, we say a long time. I can say you're 30, but it seems like forever you've been doing something that you love to do. Have you experienced any sexism, you know?
Good question.
While you've been out there?
Yes, I have.
I know it hadn't been a long time.
Yes, I have. But I'm really good about how I handle it. You know, I try to make sure that I'm very professional and I'm out in the open. You know, being a woman, and I'm not trying to put myself, you know, up there or whatever, but being an attractive woman, it's hard sometimes being taken seriously. Some people will look at you like, oh, she doesn't know what she's talking about. Or they'll try to approach you differently because you're a woman, because you you have makeup on, and you're put in this box where you don't really, you're not accepted, or you're not treated as equal, or I'll just get different types of approach. I'm approached differently. Okay. I did experience something on the internet where I was trying to do something. This is recently. I posted a picture of me. I got body painted.
Oh, okay.
Like I said, I've been working with some amazing different people. I got body painted, and someone said something about the picture, and I wanted it. This was supposed to be an uplifting thing for Black women, and it kind of shifted into something else. And I wanted it to. I spoke up about it because I'm a woman. You know, women, we go through a lot. We go through so much, and every time I hear something where a woman is degraded or hurt, or someone is talking about their bodies and what they go through, I'm going to speak up about it, especially if it's me. I know you have to pick and choose your battles, but it depends on what it is. You know, I want people to understand that, you know, I can be a woman that can take care of my business. I can still be beautiful, I can be polite, but I'll still get you if you try to say something to me crazy. Yeah, I need to be respected. You know, so.
Sound like you were taught well by someone in the home.
Oh, of course, of course, of course. That's why I needed, that's why fathers are important. in the home.
Okay.
You know, they teach you your value, your worth, or they teach you how you're supposed to be treated. Your mother as well. But I mean, having a father in the home, or just having a father figure, very imperative for me in the ways that I carry myself.
Things are going on in the world now. I say world now, especially in this nation. But the men have mothers, they have children,
Right.
you know. So you I don't know, maybe not thinking that these are the other men have, I mean, you have mothers and sisters, so forth. You want them to be treated, you know, honorably too, you know.
Right.
And why you want to take advantage of someone else's.
Right.
Because someone else could be taking advantage of yours. You know?
Right. Treat me with respect. You know, treat me how you want to be treated.
Okay.
Don't treat me a particular way or how you think I should be treated.
Yeah.
You know, if I'm showing you respect, show me respect. If I'm not being forward with you, don't be forward with me. Don't. I mean, I'm pretty easy to read. Sometimes, you know, people take being a woman, you know, if I'm just being polite.
Okay.
Some people might take that as, oh, she's, you know, oh, no, I'm just being polite.
Not every woman wants every man.
Exactly. And I can't have every man. I can't. It's impossible. Yeah, no, I can't do that. So that, yeah, those are a few challenges that I've faced.
Okay.
And I'm sure a lot of women, other women can relate to it. So at the end of the day, I just want respect. You know, I want to be respected.
Women around the nation are speaking out now.
They're speaking out, and men too. I mean, it's women harass men too.
Okay.
they do.
That's
and
exactly right.
Yeah, it's 50-50. Either way, be respectful to one another. You know, show people respect.
Well, what about racism? Have you been around long enough to experience racism?
Oh my goodness. Yes, and even if I wasn't, I would get an earful from my grandmother and my parents.
Yeah.
This is why me calling myself the black female exception and me being outspoken about issues and that I face, that my friends face. You know, I have friends from all over the world. My best friend is from Pakistan. She's Muslim.
Okay.
She talks about the things that she experiences. She experiences racism. But mine
in this country.
In this country, in here, you know,
Wow.
she experiences things in her family, etc. Just Hispanics, my Hispanic friends. I mean, it's something that we can all relate to. But my experiences with racism have just been, some of them have just been so forward with with the things.
Amazing.
It's amazing. You know, I do get followed around in grocery stores or stores if I go out shopping. I get talked to a certain kind of way, and you know it's because of your race.
Okay.
We all have that feeling. But my thing is listen to my story. Listen to what I'm saying. If I'm telling you that I've experienced this, don't take that away from me. I think that when people talk about racism, it's immediately shut down.
Okay.
As if you're a lie. You know, you're lying about this issue. No, I'm going to speak up about it. I'm going to tell you what's going on, and I can tell you in an intellectual way where you can understand it, where we all get it. But racism is just, I'm so over it. I'm so over it. I got the chance to be a part. I'm not sure, have you heard of the Kanika Jenkins story, the young lady who was found frozen in the freezer?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
This horrible story and this thing that happened, and I actually did an interview with her mother, Teresa Martin. But with that being said, I went to the protest. They had a protest in front of the Crown Plaza Hotel. That was the first time I've ever done anything like that. And because my grandmother was telling me so much about what she was doing and what she's been through, I'm like, I gotta go. So my sister and I, we went down there and we protested, and it just felt good to see just all of these Black African American people working together collectively. Everybody was nice, and we were making noise, but it was for a reason. It was for a cause, and you know, it was just good to see. And I'm really happy about that, and I hope that we do find justice for her. And but just fighting for what you believe in. You know something is wrong. If you're experiencing racism, speak up about it. Do something about it.
Yeah, my wife and I, after 60 years, you know, we go back and look at the what we've gone through with racism and sexism, you know, for her too, you know. But we fought it off. We didn't have an organization to go to.
Yeah.
We just fought it off ourselves, and now we're retired. But we look back over and just we even had to have a real estate company to purchase a home for us.
Wow.
You know.
Yeah.
And we're involved in human services, and we couldn't get a daycare center to accept our kids. You know, they tell us they fail. And we have white friends too. We have white friends, you know.
Right.
And they just call and they say, when could you start?
Yeah.
And we actually there, you know, but they call us, when could you start? Now, anyway, we just have to pray. That's when I ask you about church activities and so forth. But prayer's answer, you know. And
definitely is.
say, God will take care of you, you know.
Yeah.
Sort of thing.
Definitely.
You know, in the field that you in, oh boy, tell us about, this is an opportunity to be creative, right?
Yes.
In your, the field.
Yes, this is an opportunity for me to be creative and to just put out everything that I've thought about or that I've wanted to speak up about, and do it in just a different way and fun. And I've worked, like I said, I work with artists. I'm working with 2 artists, body paint. They do body paint, they do makeup, and so the body painting, the questions that I ask people, fun interactive events, those things that I do, like I just, it's so refreshing and relieving at the same time to be able to get everything out the way that I want it, and I don't have to go by a certain rule. I can just put out any type of creativity or creative thing that I want to do, and it's out there. It's just a relief, and that I'm grateful that people actually enjoy it. Yeah. So. Well,
let's review your duties and responsibilities of your current activity that you're involved in.
With Insurement.
Yeah. Insurement.
My current duties, just getting the business plan together.
Okay.
Getting the finances together. Making sure everything is aligned. Making sure that the website will be up very soon. 2018 will kick off with everything. The website will be coming up. Where it'll have all of my interviews. You'll see the events, the upcoming events for the summer, the relationships that I have with other businesses, small businesses, getting all of that aligned, as well as seeing how I'm actually going to push it out. Like how am I going to do this? What audience am I trying to reach? How do I want to reach this particular audience? In what creative mindset, or what can I do in order to put information out there to the world for them to actually feel it and understand it? I mean, those are my responsibilities. And also, number one is taking care of myself, making sure I'm mentally prepared and mentally together. So prayer, working out, eating right. Those are all responsibilities people don't think about. You know, I know people think that you aren't supposed to go to sleep. You're supposed to be up, waking. No, you have to go to sleep. You have a body. It's your tempo. You need to make sure that you take care of it. So that, and then along with taking care of my nieces.
Oh.
My nieces, I want to make sure that I'm a good role model for them.
Okay.
I want to make sure that everything is aligned and in place so that if something happens, they'll be able to take this over. They'll be able to see this, and they watch me. You know, they watch and see what I do, and they know when the glitter comes on. Oh, she's going to do something with inchworms. So just making sure all of those responsibilities have come together to just make this successful, and that's what I'm currently working on right now.
Now, have you decided, I'm sure you have, whether this will be an individual or a corporation?
This will be a this will be an LLC.
Okay.
LLC, for sure, corporate. So that's what I'm working with the Small Business Development Center for, I can't talk, Dr. Brooks. I'll get it together one of these days. But yeah, that's what I'm working with them on to make sure that everything is set and aligned, and we're almost there. We're ready to go. We'll be ready to go very soon.
You thought about it, I'm asking these questions because we went through the same thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Profit or not-for-profit entity there?
Yes.
Have you thought about which one you would go?
I'm thinking about for-profit.
Yeah. Because if you have not-for-profit, you can get grants and so forth. So you may not want to do that.
I know. Well, we got to talk about it. I got to talk about it. That's what we're talking about right now, actually. So we'll see. Not-for-profit, and the good thing about the Women's Business Development Center, I mean, I have all of these grants and things that are at my disposal.
Okay.
There's money out there. There are things out there. You just got to get it, and you got to know how to get it, and make sure you get it the right way.
Right.
Yes.
Well, we're leaning on where you like to be 5, 10 years from now. Where would you like to be?
5, 10 years from now, I want you at my show.
Okay, all right.
No. 5, 10 years from now, I see myself just successful. I see everything in order. I see just people working for me and understanding that this is the interviews, the interactive events, the talk shows, the films. I see all of that just set. I need everything set into place.
Okay.
And I just see it becoming something that is impacting the world in just a positive way. It's difficult doing this because I'm going about it in a positive way. One of another challenge is right now everybody likes the fights and the crazy and all of that, and I enjoy it too. But at the end of the day, it needs to be something that I want to represent, something that is positive, that's pushing people, that's driving people to do something where we can all learn from one another and just help the world. So I see this company being as successful, in order, me having my group twice the size that it is now, twice or maybe 3 times the size it is now, and everybody just ready to tune in to what I have next.
It seems like, well, you've shown that you're a well-rounded person, but what about, we haven't talked about, well, let's see, social activities. Even when you were in high school, did you have time to participate in social activities?
Yes, of course. Yes, I played basketball, played volleyball. I love playing sports. Social life, I love going out and talking, and I love meeting people. I love hearing stories and learning how people got to where they are. But right now, I just I enjoy just working out, having fun, going out to parties, and seeing what opportunities come along with that.
So you still can go out for parties and still enjoy yourself,
I can still enjoy.
It's more than just work, right?
It's more than just work, but I always try to incorporate work with whatever I do. With whatever I do, I got to make sure I'm doing that. But yeah, my social life that's pretty much supporting and going out to these events and meeting people like you.
Well, it was great. great meeting you. And
thank you.
And we've been knowing your aunt for a long time.
Yes.
And she and her husband have great friends of ours.
Yes.
Great friends of ours. And,
yes.
And we just adopted, matter of fact, adopted her as a sister.
You did.
Yeah, my wife, she made sure of that. She made sure that.
Yes.
And, get along very well.
Yes, she always talks about you. She talks about the family. She loves the family. She supports everything you do. So I mean,
She really does.
I know. I mean it. I mean it. And when she says she's going to do something, she does it.
Right.
And I'm grateful for it, because here I am with you, and I want to thank you for bringing me here. Yeah. Thank you for allowing me to put out my story and let everybody know what I'm doing. And hopefully the next time we get together, it'll be something. It'll be just so much better, and you'll be at my studio.
All right. Well, I just like to say this and sum it up, that you have caused my ratings to go up.
Oh!
But tell us, Inchworm Entertainment, last words, last push you want to give for that.
Okay, well, make sure that you follow me on Facebook.
Okay.
Inchworm Entertainment on Facebook, Inchworm _ENT on Facebook, inchwormentertainment.com is the website. It'll be coming out in 2015. Make sure you follow me. Make sure you support me. I'm doing a lot with small businesses right now. I'm interviewing small businesses, and I'm also doing promotional videos for them. The Battle of the Sexes Game Show 2 is coming up next year. I have so much planned, and I hope that everyone continues to follow me and support this movement. I'm doing something great to bring the world together. And follow your dreams, do what you love to do what you're passionate about, and everything will fall into place. Make sure you always try to be the exception. And that's me.
Ladies and gentlemen, again, we've been talking with Yashin
Mr. Brooks.
Phillips.
Dr. Brooks.
Did I make it?
Yashin. Inchworm.
Owner of Inchworm Entertainment, and been highlighting how can youth be entrepreneurs, and this is what we need, be they male or female. And we're very happy again, and thank you very much.
Oh, thank you.
And lots of success.
Thank you.
With Inchworm Entertainment. I keep once more, Yashin. Like nation, right?
Like nation,
yeah,
that's right.
Yashin, I finally got it. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Community Forum. My name is Dr. Waddell Brooks Sr., your host.